time to unbox the Giant Scale 310 Cessna. Welcome everybody back to the channel. I'm Brendan. Thanks for joining me for yet another episode down in the lair, and that's right, from Seagull Models. It's the 310 Cessna dual engine 15 to 20 cc engine requirement balsa ARF. It's time to dig into this bad boy. Let's get to it. All right, hopefully we can see up there pretty good from that angle. So let's dig into this thing. First thing we notice, very well packaged, lots of bubble wrap. I don't see anything here squished or broken. X-Acto knife. Let's cut the tape open. See what we got here in this box. First, I don't think I've ever built the twin engine aircraft before. It's going to be my first. This is an absolutely gorgeous model by the way it looks in the website. Can't wait to get it out and really dig into this thing and see what it looks like. So these are our, I don't know what the technical name for these would be, pylons or something out at the end of the wing. I absolutely love the deep colors on this. I could tell you this is going to be a great uni-light item. One of the things that I see here on this pylon though at the end, so we have a little attachment there, dowels to pin it into place and bolt them on. We do have a little bit of the transfer of the bubble wrap. It looks like maybe this baby was fresh when it was put away. So not super ideal, but the best part is it's on the downside, so you won't be able to see it. This blue is just an outstanding vibrant color, and like the clear coat's really nice on this, like vibrant. So looks like we have a nose gear door there. Again, a little bit of blemish there in the paint. It just looks like it was put away fresh. The colors though, it's like a porcelain white with this silver and gold, like black. Yeah, that's outstanding. Same thing there, circles from the bubble wrap. It almost gives it like, you see that custom paint jobs that they do on motorcycles and stuff where they lay down like cheesecloth and like drapes and all that kind of stuff to give it that pattern. That's almost what it looks like. Not quite sure where that'll go yet. Nice piece of covered balsa there. Leg covers, pants. .30 cc fuel tank. Tires. Nothing exciting. Standard plastic hubs. Guess we need 3 of these, right? There's the other one. So, 2 aluminum spinners, which is nice. It's a nice touch. They are 2-blade though. I want to do 3-blade on mine, so we're probably gonna have to replace those. Metal bracketry, probably for the Retracts. Aluminum. Aluminium. This is all the non-exciting stuff, by the way. So I would assume these are the engine trays. So we got 2 of those. And whatever this thing is. All right, destruction manual. I always like to take a glimpse through, just look at the pictures. Sometimes the writing is a little bit off on these things, but recommendation Avian 5055 500 kVs. You guys have to watch the build series to see what I'm putting in mine. I'm not telling you if I'm doing electric or gas. Decals. Don't forget your rudder. Spot for a light up there and a lens. Couple small wrinkles in the covering. Again, as we do assembly of this thing, like you really have to take the heating iron to this stuff and work it down. I almost found with Seagull's covering, the best thing to really do is to get it hot with a heating iron and just use your hand with a glove and press everything in. That really seems to work the best, honestly. All right, so we have horizontal in our elevator, Robart style hinges. Again, nice little touch, a little bit of blue there on the ears. I'll wick some CA into those to harden those up, but Robart style hinges. Unexciting, got to glue in the horns for the elevator. Covering looks decent. No major flaws there. The rudder uses nylon hinges, or fiberglass hinges, I'm sorry, on there, and obviously we're gonna have to glue all that fast. Check out our other one. Ciao. Same thing, a little bit of wrinkles in there. We're gonna have to make the iron. We're gonna have to work that in, just because you don't want it to wrinkle up a whole lot at the field. So if you can avoid it, but yeah, Robart style hinges on that, looks decent. All right, wing number 1, giant scale, 81 inch. Get that stuff over there. Decent sized pockets. You can see our wing tube in there. That's the top. Very interesting design on this thing. This thing should be wild to build. I said it. Assemble. I get it, guys. I had somebody make a comment on Facebook earlier. Got that little tab there to remove the wings. On my Gilmore video. They're like, I wouldn't call that a project. Well, shoveling snow's a project, ain't it? So I would call about anything a project. But they sealed up the whole inside of the sheeting in there. I don't know if they did that for strength or what, but there's a lot of stuff going on here with those engine nacelles. So I would assume that's maybe why they did it. And the gear going up into there so it's strong and it doesn't mess it up. I don't know. Robart style hinges on the ailerons. This does have flaps. Same thing here. So again, you can see Oh, yeah. So they got the split flaps there underneath. Robart style hinges. Landing gear. Got big cutouts for your servo arms. I really like, so you can see how the nacelles fit in the end over here on the side. Those pods, and then you could put a bolt right in there to hold them on. So the wings don't really seem that big individually, but when you put them both together. All right, away. What we got here. So by the way, I hope if you guys, by the time you see this, it'll probably be the end of the week. But here in PA, we got about 16 inches of snow today. It's a lot. Wife and I, my son, we've been out a couple times shoveling snow, cleaning out the driveway. My wife likes to do that. We keep her around for a while. So anyway, tubes. Wing tube. Maybe it looks like these are for the elevators. Could be one for the rotor. Nope, they're both for the elevator halves. I could see we've got holes in there. So we have ourselves an antennae. Is it antenna? Antennae if you only got one. Push rods. Pretty decent. So I noticed all of the push rods for the short lengths from ailerons, flaps, things like that. They've started using 3mm, and it's pretty robust 3mm. And it looks like the actual long ones maybe for like the rudder and the elevator are probably 3mm, maybe 2.5, but they look fairly strong enough. I think we'll probably wind up using all of that. There's a lot of stuff here. There's a lot of stuff in this box. I think the people that design this stuff are amazing to get, like, design the fitments. How do you get the stuff in? Like, just look at that color blue. I hope that shows up. That stuff is outstanding looking. Again, a couple weird blemishes in there. I don't know what any of this stuff is or where it goes, but I love the color. There's just a couple, like, touchy marks in it. Is that an official word? Touchy marks? Oh, so this is light. I like this. So one of the things that I noticed about Seagull is usually they resin print their whole pilots, and they're very heavy. Only his head is resin printed. The rest of it is fiberglass. So he's a little bobblehead heavy, but fairly light overall, which is good. Want a seat? Four seats. All right, this is the one thing that Seagull does a fantastic job with, is electric conversion boxes. And see what they do here for you? Like, you can change the angle of the mount, you can change the depth of it. Those conversion boxes are actually really, really cool that they do that. Hardware for it. Triangle stock for strength. Yep. Another fuel tank, because you need two. Dose. Light systems. Uni lights? Uni lights, anybody? What do we got here? So those little lens covers. A bag of hardware. Fuel line. Engine mounts? That's kind of cool. It's amazing they give you a fuel line. I've never gotten fuel line in an ARF kit before. Ever. the step ladder to get up into the aircraft. Ciao. What do we got here? This one's heavy. Still didn't come across the engine pods yet. What's in here? Oh, this is the gear. If you're going to order yours, make sure gear is not included. So you have to order the gear. Gear does not come in the price. It is an additional item like it is with any aircraft. So we're looking at JP Gear is the supplier for Seagull. I want to look at it. This stuff's really well packaged in here. Check that out. We've got a little landing light there on the nose. See that? Nice suspension on there. It's really good. Retract controller. Gear is very nice. Yep. Alright. We got a couple boxes. That one. That one. That one. Fuselage. It probably takes as long to clean up this place from a project and from an unboxing as it does to make some of this stuff. And the videos, I'll spend longer making a video and editing it than I probably will be building this thing. The editing stuff for videos takes a while, but it takes a while during the process to set the camera up all the time to try and grab the right angles or to get things of interest on video, things like that. So, just a little look behind the scenes. But anyway, I hope you guys are staying safe. We're getting a lot of snow. We're getting a lot of snow, and that means I ain't going to work tomorrow either because it's going to take a while to dig out. So, we're going to work on this thing. All right, let's talk about the fuse. So, number one, they did a nice job of covering up the canopy latch. So that way it doesn't poke holes into anything else. Again, the covering is a really, really nice color. Got a seam mark right there. I don't see one on the other side. So, again, we got some wrinkles and stuff here to work out in the covering. You got to keep in mind, like, when you look at an ARF, I know people get upset over wrinkles and seams and things like that, but you know, I get it, we pay a lot of money for a model, but there's a lot into materials and shipping and building and everything else. So like putting these things together and getting them built in mass quantities, Seagull is the largest supplier of model aircraft in the world. So that's just something to keep in mind, and not like it's an excuse, but they do mass manufacture planes, and we can't build them for that price or in that amount of time. So we have to accept something. If you don't like it or can't deal with a wrinkle or something that's out of line that you have to do a little woodworking with, then you can just build one, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think there's a nice trade-off when it comes down to fixing a few things on a model someone else built and spending years building one yourself, because as I built my pits way back when, was my last big build from, you know, a kit. It took a long time because you got family, life, work, and all those other things. Here you can take a model and within a couple weeks have it to the field, working on it a little bit at a time. So got some wrinkles. Again, I like the colors. I like the way that this pops. As far as the seams of the covering, there's maybe a seam here that I think, there's that fiberglass. Yeah, that's why. Okay. So you'll see a seam right here, but this is all fiberglass, this nose, so that is seamed there. You know, it's a tell of two tales. So the first thing they did that was really nice is they blended this fiberglass nose into the same shape. It's not stuffed over the top. There is this covering though that comes down and attaches to it, but that compound curve, they did a great job of not having any wrinkles. But it almost looks like the covering was put on the wrong direction. But believe it or not, it's actually fairly well done when you start to break it down. So it looks good. Look at the size of the bay in there. It looks like a ship. So you could actually like, you could seal the bottom off and use it for a float plane now. But how, you have any guesses what could go in the front of that? Maybe a pitot tube from Free Sky, maybe. But that's been going pretty well, their Free Sky adventure. But anyway, plenty of room here for gear, servos, AR smooth flight, gyro system. I like gyros with dual engines, just for the sake if you have one that's off RPM or you lose one, the gyro will react quicker than you will to help save you a little bit. So anyway, a couple wrinkles, nice covering. I like the fact of what they did here, believe it or not. That looks good. The inside is decent. And yeah, there's the tail. Lots of compound curves here, really. Lots of compound curves. And for a few wrinkles, I'll work those out. But overall, I think it's going to be a great model when it's all together. Looks a little strange now. So let's see what we got here. The lid to our boat. Junk. Just packaging. I don't trust it. Here's a piece of advice for you guys. Don't ever throw away this stuff until you're done with the model. Because you just may wind up forgetting something in one of the boxes. And you have to go dig for it. This has to be the engine nacelles. That was really crooked. All right, so these are right up top, front and center. Paint looks really good. Yep. Little blemish right there. Really nice. That's really nice. That blue, man, this metallic blue is sweet. I'm telling you, this thing's gonna pop, especially in the air. Man, oh day. This one's really nice. Yeah, this one's all but perfect. That one looks good. Big old. We need a 3-blade spinner. We really do. You know where I'm going for that? Gator-Rc, baby. There'd be the lid. So that thing gonna come in there. It's gonna sit like that. That goes down. Latch goes there. That gonna get glued on there. Canopy glued on there. This thing goes here. This one goes on the other side. And you need seats in there. All right, so that's it. Let's lay it out on the bench, do the once over, and we're out of here. So that's the Cessna 310, the Seagull Models Cessna 310, available here at Gator-Rc. Hope you guys enjoy the unboxing. Time for the ones. All right, let's get walking through. So again, all of our spars, our tubes, hardware. There you can see the push rods down on the inside. There. Motor boxes. Hardware kit with a bunch of ball links in there, which is nice. Fuel tubing, servo mounts. Here is top and bottom of the horizontals and the elevators. Again, small wrinkles. There, stuff we have to take out. Here's those engine nacelles that'll sit there on top of the wings. Those look really good. Seats. Leg covers or gear door covers. Not sure where those go. Figure it out. Fuel tanks, so you can kind of see what comes in the kit there. Pilot. Two-blade aluminum spinners. Lens covers. There you can kind of get a look at the rudder. Again, fiberglass hinges there. Here's your wing. It's your top and the bottom. See the flaps in there again. Robart style hinges in there. Again, a couple small wrinkles. We'll take those out. Maybe that's a cockpit for like panels, gauges. Maybe, yeah, it kind of looks like maybe that goes right in there. Maybe that's what that is. And then you can see our engine mounts for those nacelles. I would assume it's a whole pod, so maybe that pod can be removed if need be, which is kind of a cool concept. All right, let's look at the fuse. Again, you can see all of the curvature around here, all these tapering angles. So when somebody does covering, man, that's easy to really butcher up. And there's a couple small wrinkles there. I don't know if the rudder is going to sit over it or not, but it shouldn't be too big of a deal. But the rest of this looks really, really good. Again, here, this is that fiberglass nose that I told you about, how that comes up in here and then starts to meet the covering. The colors are even really close. Like, you really got to pick that apart. You know, you really got to try to pick it apart. So here is your canopy, and then all the space on the inside. There's a couple of them glue joints I might sturdy up a little bit, but they're ample. You know, they got enough in there. That's fine. So that looks good all the way up through there. Our antenna, whatever that gear door for the nose gear is, and then here you can see the marks in that pod, and then in this one here. But again, at the end of the day, there's worse. So there you go. That's the once over. Hope you guys like what you see. I think this is going to be a pretty awesome build. Easy to put some lights in here and have a great time with this airplane. And there you have it. That's a wrap of the unboxing of the Seagull's Model 310 Cessna. Of course, available at Gator-Rc. Link down in the description below. If this model kind of grabbed your interest, or maybe you're looking to see what other ARFs are available, please head on over to www.gator-rc.com, your one-stop hobby shop to a full line of composite and ARF models, some foam models in there as well. So whether you're looking for a warbird, you're looking for a jet, turbine, balsa, foam, whatever, we got it. The home to free sky transmitters as well. But with that being said, there's probably something there for your liking with Seagull's models, Top RC models, Sebart models, and as I said, many other things there. So if you enjoyed the unboxing, do me a favor, smash that thumbs up. It helps out the channel a lot. If you didn't like it and you're going to give me one of those, I'm so bad. I definitely deserve 2 of those. Shameless plug to like, share, subscribe. It helps the channels grow immensely. Not only the Gator pages on both Facebook and YouTube, but also the Just Plain Crazy pages. So do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, and click that follow button so you're made aware of all of our content. With that being said, again, we're snowed in, so we got a day to work on this thing before we got to get back to work. with that being said, we're going to get some football in here yet tonight and try and get it all juggled. So that being said, I'm sure we got some more snow to go shovel for you guys. I will see you later, alligator.